Hey guys, this is part 4 of the disassembly video of the KSC GLOCK 18C/KWA GLOCK 18C. Alright then, when we first left off, we took out the two levers that hold on to the slide of the gun, which is part number 51. Alright then, before I disassemble this gun even more, I have to say this. Watch the entire thing before you try to. Watch every single part of this series, disassembly series, before you try to disassemble this gun. It is very hard to take apart and it's a pain in the ass. Alright then. Right here, what you want to do now is take your paper towel and clean everything. Oh, what the fuck. Just clean it, clean it, clean it. Okay. After you've done that, look onto your frame of the gun. You still should have this entire section here, and that copper piece right here. That pushes up part number 51 to hold it up and to hold the slide onto the gun. Alright then, notice there should be a spring right here. Right there, there's a spring. Look onto it. There's a hook on the end of that spring that goes into the hole right here of the trigger arm. Make sure you find a way to put that back into that trigger arm. It's going to be very hard. Make sure you know where that spring goes when I'm trying to put this back into the gun. This entire part right here, because it's always just one giant piece. And when you're trying to take this part like I'm about to, make sure you don't lose that serial number. Well, you can lose it all you want. That won't affect the gun, but you just like to have it for looks. Alright then. Remember where that spring is. Remember the serial number 2. Take your Phillips screwdriver, put it into that screw right there, right above the copper piece. Just unscrew it, counterclockwise, and just dump it out. There it is. That screw should be 50, part 50. Right then, like I said. Now after that screw and the slide lock, the two levers, part 51, is out, you can pull this entire thing off. Don't lose that spring. That spring is going to come with it too. And the serial number. Yeah, that spring is part number 64. No wait. Yeah, 64. Don't lose it. Just pull it out gently and slowly. There's that spring. It's coming with it. See? 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 Put your frame aside. Then there's your spring. Put it right there. And now I'm going to clean this a little bit. Alright then. There it is. This is one giant piece of metal. And the serial number should be right there, but it fell off right here. See? It just has those two hooks thing. Just scoop it on like this. It's hard to do seeing through a camera. Right there, see? You're gonna have to make sure that's in place when you're trying to reassemble the gun. Well, this part. This entire giant piece is part number 49. This is very, very important to the gun. That spring is also very important. In fact, everything is important. What I recommend buying a replacement part for this gun is this piece right here, part number 65. For some reason it's always breaking on me, but it's an easy modification. Alright then. Let's put this back into the gun, since you've already disassembled it. Maybe you broke it by dropping it, because you're an asshole. Alright then. After you buy it, throw away the old one if you want, or keep it. Alright, let's put this back into the frame. First off, you'll notice about part number 64, that spring. There are two loops. There's one loop on this side and one loop on this side. This loop has a hook. See? See? That has a hook. And this one does not have a hook. Make sure the one that does not have a hook goes in here. Goes in, yeah. See? Goes in there, right there. Remember, the hoop that does not have the hook. Make sure it just goes up. Try not to lose it. Goes in there. Doesn't really matter how you put it in, just make sure it goes like that. Then you put your serial number back on it. Back in here. Shouldn't be that hard. If it's that hard for you to do such a simple task, go kill yourself. And also, look at your frame. You want to clean your frame too. In fact, I'm just going to clean a little bit of mine. Piece of shit. Back hurts like hell. You see this little copper piece? Yeah, that's part number 52. You can pull that right out. See, just grab the edge of it and pull it right out. Notice there are two prongs in here. Just stick those two prongs into those, the outer two holes of the three holes you see there. There you go. See? My back hurts like hell. Alright then. What you're going to need to do is stick your serial number back into that spot, back in there, because mine fell off. Keep your thumb over the spring so you don't lose it. There we go. Now then, the serial number goes into that giant rectangle right there, and the copper piece goes into the big rectangle there. Like that very long, thin rectangle. Alright, just a second, my serial number fell out again. Super glue into place one day. Alright then. Make sure it's all in place. You kind of have to scoop it in. Make sure the spring doesn't fall out. You gotta make sure the spring doesn't fall out. Alright then. And stick part number 50, the screw, back into place. Now, piece of shit. And then just screw it on. Now I'm going to stop the video because YouTube, you get the point. See you in part 6.